Hello, hello, welcome back. Those of you that have been here before, and welcome in to those of you that are new to my channel. This channel I created is all about positivity, self-awareness, journaling, mindfulness, spirituality, meditation. We have a lot of really good little nuggets that I've included in this channel. So please stay if you are interested in being the best version of yourself, growing into the best version of yourself. Now, we've been doing a journaling challenge, mindful journaling, which is a way to harness and really become self-aware of your emotions and how you are feeling on the inside. And we are on day 9. Day 9 is the second day of our inner listening series. What I mean by inner listening is these journal prompts I created for this series. It goes about a week. So these journal prompts that I created for this series is to really tap into what didn't get addressed, what's still kind of lingering, what emotions are, we not really tackling or acknowledging. So this is a very important part of our mindful journaling series. This is a very important part because what we're going to talk about today is actually touching base on why this series, this part is so important. So let's just get into it. Day 9. So we're going to talk about emotions, right? Day 9 is, what emotions am I too busy to feel? So important. Like, this is a really, really great topic, something that definitely needs to be acknowledged. Once again, what emotions am I too busy to feel? So in my other journal prompt, I talked about how we're always very busy and in a rush. We have like this reward of working hard and a hustle culture created around how we live today, right? So when we're talking about emotions that you're too busy to feel, it kind of just goes right along with that. It coincides with that because a lot of times when we have to work, when we have to keep moving, we don't really acknowledge how we're feeling on the inside. You might be feeling a little sad, or you might be feeling a little tired or a little bit of anxiety, but you kind of just brush it down, shove it down somewhere, and you move about your day, right? And then it just keeps going. It's like this never-ending cycle. But I have to tell you that is a very dangerous game to play, because emotions actually get stored and trapped in our bodies. Yes, our bodies will become a reservoir and hold on to emotions. What happens with that? It doesn't sound so bad, but it actually is. What happens to the trapped emotions in our body is that it manifests as issues, health issues, some of which could be mental health issues, as far as delayed response, foggy brain. You can have respiratory issues. You can have heart-related, digestive issues, all from holding on to trapped emotions. I know for me, when I was in my previous relationship, I always felt so much tension on my hips. My hips were always super tight, super tense. I would get massages, I would stretch. Of course, I do plenty of yoga and Pilates. I'm pretty active. I make sure to do a lot of things that help relieve pain in my body, but for some reason, my hips were storing a lot of emotions. Being in a stressful anxiety state that I was in my relationship caused my body to harbor and hold on to those emotions in my hips. The hips are known to hold on to stress, fear, even grief is where your hips hold on, what your hips hold on to. Your shoulders harboring certain emotions that you're leaving stagnant in the body, that get harbored into the shoulders, stays into the chest area, which also has an impact on your heart chakra. Your chakras are your energy sources in the body. So we have 7 energy sources in the body. And one of which that I like to focus on. They all should be balanced, but one of which that gets a lot of emotional, trapped emotions are our heart chakra. And the heart chakra, when that's blocked or inhibited, you can experience issues like jealousy, codependency, isolations, and lower self-love, lower self-worth. So we really want to release any emotions. Make sure you're doing these journal prompts. You're actually listening inward. So we really want to assess and harness and nurture our emotions, not just shove them down and let them, perpetuate or let them linger on for tomorrow or for the next day. You really, really, really want to nurture and help your emotions come out, whether you have to cry, whether you need to go for a walk, deep breathing, all of those things can help release or remove some of that stagnant energy, because what it is, it's stagnant, unresolved energy that just sits in the body. I've heard stories where people have grief that they held on to and they're not crying and they're not letting go, and it manifests later into lung issues, pneumonia, just because of holding on to stagnant, lingering emotions. So really think about this journal entry. Really make sure you figure out where in the body or what emotions have you been pushing down or shoving down, anything that you're trying to ignore, anything that you think that will go away. We want to address those. We really want to address those. You don't want to keep stagnant, old energy, especially, we're in a new year. Let's try to get all that old energy out, push it around, push it over, get it out, so that way we can have new, vibrant energy in our bodies. So I really hope that you take the time and write your emotions down, take care of your body and your mind, assess how you feel, and take these journal prompts and this mindful journaling challenge seriously. All right, thank you so much. We are gonna move right along, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. We will see you soon. Bye.